Johnson, good outlet pass up to Sam Swanson. Swanson brings the puck into the zone. As he turns towards the net, Scott Campbell in front. Sorry, Gutowski in front. Swanson picks it up along the far boards, dumps it in front, nobody there for the Hawks. Capitalize. Picked up here by Kelly. Kelly wraps it all the way around. Tries to connect with Herman, can't quite do so. Puck's kept in play. Hawks are going to have to retreat, reset. Here's Clemens, brings it down, fires wide. Puck kept in the zone. Gutowski flips it up, can't quite clear the zone. Puck's dumped around to Greathouse. Greathouse picks it up. Good shot there by Kelly, and Pets steers it aside. Play kept in by Herman. Herman holding. Good play there by Kelly. Puts the body on Montague, or on Greathouse. This will be offsides on the Wildcats. 15:01 in the first period. Tie scored. Solid play from the Wildcats to the neutral zone. Hayden Nelson steps into the faceoff circle with Connor Reek. Bardeacon. Alex Bardeacon dumps it down, maintained by the Wildcats. Good sidestep there by Lorenzen. Lorenzen steps in, fires it deep. Jackson Giel into the corner, picked up by the Wildcats behind the net. Here's Archambault. Brings it out to the point. High shot, high and wide by Lorenzen. Big hit there by Giel. Slows down. Dietz. Giel steps up. Hawks manage to clear the zone. This is tipped all the way down. This will be icing. Stoppage and play with 14:25 remaining in the first period. Good physical shift there by the defenders for the Hawks. Gleason steps into the face-off circle with Jake Campbell. Campbell's been very good at the face-offs. Wins this one. Dumps it into the boards, controlled by the Wildcats as they try to move towards the slot. Can't quite do so. Here's Dietz, fires towards the net. Pets is there for the save. Inkler gets a little bit of an introduction from Finn Johnson. Gleason steps into the face-off circle with Campbell. Puck controlled by Gleason as he tries to drive towards the net. Can't get a shot off. Finn Johnson tries to turn, can't quite do so. Here's Connors. Connors with the outlet pass, intercept. Good play there by Lorenzen to step up. Shot it toward the net. Pet steered it aside. Montague turns behind the net. Chips it up to Campbell. Campbell, a good clean exit. Connors steps into the neutral zone with Johnson. Johnson up to Campbell. Campbell turns, works his way into the zone. Nice backhand shot, just wide of the net. Hawks can't maintain the zone as they regroup in the neutral zone. Colasar steps up, fires it into the middle. Wildcats clear the zone. Connor steps up. Wildcats are going to have to wait as they exit the zone. Here's Stifter. Stifter back to Knorr. Knorr works his way over to Mayo. Mayo dumps it towards the net. Goes behind. Greathouse picks it up. Can't quite connect with Connors. Connors forces Stifter to push the puck deep into the zone. Bouncing puck. Ramaka clears the zone. Just out of the reach of Swanson. Here's Stifter, steps in. Frank Petz is there for a nice save. Petz squared off easy on that shot. Made for a nice glove save with 12:44 remaining in the first period. Sam Swanson steps into the face-off circle with Reek. Puck goes back to the point, tipped wide. Petz there, ball's on the loose puck. This will be a stoppage in play. Swanson steps in again with face-off. Back to the point with Reap. Waconia maintains control in their offensive zone. This goes back to Stifter. Stifter moves it across, fires on net. Good save there by Pets. Play here by Knorr. Puck comes loose in the corner. Isaac Anderson chips it out. Here's Gorszewski. Gorszewski dumps it deep. Good forecheck pressure there. Can't quite create the turnover. Waconia easily clears the zone as they turn. Here's Cox. Tries to center the pass. Good defensive play there by Gutowski to break up that centering pass. Greathouse moves in. He's got no support as the rest of the Hawks are trying to get a line change. Puck's dumped deep. Alex Bardique in there with a good forecheck. Forcing the Wildcats back behind the goal line. As they bring it up, Cox clears the zone. He brings it up to Gleason. Gleason tries to enter. Good play by the Hawks to chip the puck free. Clemens wraps it around. Finn Johnson picks it up behind the net. Over to Montague. Montague spins. Good forecheck pressure there by Vukinovich. Johnson tipped by Bardikin all the way down. This will result in an icing play with 11:11 remaining in the first period. Hawks have been notoriously slow starters on the season, giving up more goals in the first period than any other period. If they can hang tight, this will be the key to their success. Good face-off win by Jake Campbell. Finley Johnson controls behind the net. Clears the zone. Puck's going to be chipped in. It's going to force the Wildcats to exit the zone and reset. Montague steps up. Chips it toward Rumaka. Can't quite complete the pass. Good play here by Campbell. Campbell with the shot. Or Rumaka, sorry. Wildcats managed to chip the puck free. Montague steps up. He's got Campbell. He's got a long pass for Rumaka. Wasn't able to complete the long pass for the tip. It'll result in an icing play with 10:37 remaining in the first period. Both teams have been playing pretty tight here in the first period. Campbell steps into the face-off circle with Stifter. Campbell's ejected from the face-off. Rumaka will step in. Stifter wins the face-off. They maintain control. Lorenzen tipped up high into the corner. Puck's chipped out front. Couldn't quite complete the pass. Colasar there to intercept. Puck's wrapped around the boards. Puck battle along the near boards. Greathouse comes away with it. Good play by Waconia to pick up the puck. Here's Stifter as he tries to turn. Tries to bring it towards the middle. Good play by Campbell. Campbell's ultimately dragged down. No play, no hooking there. Here's Kelly as he turns. Looking to try to send the pass. Gets shot from point. Shot from point's tipped high and wide. Good step up play by Lorenzen from the point to keep the puck in play. Campbell picks up the puck behind the goal line. Manages to get up to Wyatt Connors for the escape. Good play, chip free. Rumaka right in front, turns, shoots. Good save there by Wozniak for the save. Rumaka managed to create the turnover, put a nice shot on Wozniak. Wozniak with a great save, cutting across the middle. Rumaka's the Hawks' leading scorer with 10 goals on the season. With the stoppage in play at 9:30 remaining in the first period. The Hawks look like they've posted a Wildcats penalty on Connor Reek. I believe it'll be a hooking penalty. This will be Chaska's first power play opportunity on the season. Chaska is firing at about a 9% score rate on a power play. They're looking to improve that tonight. As they work the puck back to Montague. Montague steps up, fired by Rumaka. Good save there by Wozniak with 1:44 remaining in the Chaska power play. Face-off controlled by the Wildcats. They can't quite clear the zone. Good play by Montague to keep the puck in. Just chipped free. Campbell works in retreat. Picks up the puck behind the net. Good forecheck pressure there by Kelly. Campbell comes away with it. As the Hawks look to enter the zone. Campbell drives deep. Gets steered into the boards. Puck's wrapped around, no defender there. Montague being pursued. Kelly with good forecheck pressure again. Ramaka maintains puck through the neutral zone, turns, reverses course over to Connors. Connors over to Montague. Hawks look up to set up around the perimeter. Campbell steps up, he fires, tipped up into the net. Wyatt Connors was there on the far side. Wozniak saw the puck coming. Connors tipped it high up into the netting. At 8:22 remaining in the period and 52 seconds remaining in the Hawks power play. The Hawks have done a fine job defending, minimizing the number of shots on Pets by only 5 at this point. Alex Bardeacon battling on the boards. Finn Johnson steps up with a big hit. Colasar turns, fires up a long outlet pass. Greathouse. Greathouse over to Gutowski. Gutowski drives it deep. Waconia Wildcats manage to break loose. They've got a 2-on-0 as they work the puck around, and it's a one-timer, and it's missed. Grade A scoring chance by Gleason cutting across the middle, and Gleason was unable to capitalize on the one-timer. It was a good play from Vukunovic. This will result in a penalty. Gleason moving across the middle, got a little too much stick, created a hooking effect. This will give the Hawks a secondary power play. Puck shot on net, tipped high into the netting. Penalty will be 2 minutes for hooking on Gleason. With 7:19 remaining in this first period. The Hawks are currently 0 for 1 on the power play. As mentioned earlier, they've struggled on the power play this year. Face-off win by Waconia. They look to stall time in the corner. Good play by Wyatt Connors to come away with the puck. Over to Ramaka. Ramaka to Montague. Montague can't quite keep it in the zone. It'll force the Hawks to have to reset. Montague works back. Kelly there again. Good forecheck pressure as he was on the last power play. Nice pass over to Wyatt Connors. Wyatt Connors through the middle. Nobody there. Montague steps up, keeps the puck in the zone, works it down far boards. Montague behind the net. Good play by Swanson to pick up the puck. Brings it out to Ramaka. Ramaka dumps it towards the middle. Campbell in the slot. And Campbell the grade A shot. Great save there by Wozniak. The Wildcats are able to dump it all the way down with 1:09 remaining in the Chaska power play. Campbell picks up the puck behind the net. Ramaka moves it through the neutral zone. Ramaka steps up, loses his edge, falls. Chaska comes away with the puck, pass out front, can't quite connect. Good defensive play there. Stifter was there and tipped the puck wide. The Hawks work their way around the perimeter. Montague steps up, working between Ramaka. Ramaka with a shot, tipped wide. Campbell on the far side picks up the puck. 35 seconds remaining in the Chaska power play. Pass back to Montague. Montague looks. Works it over to Ramaka. Ramaka works his way through the middle looking for Swanson. There's Connors on the far side. Over to Montague. Montague steps up. Campbell looks, fires it towards the middle. Good defensive effort there by Stifter again to push the puck wide. Knorr with a big check. Forces Campbell right in front. Shoots just wide. 8 seconds remaining in the Chaska power play. Puck out to Montague. Montague steps back, fires it towards the net, just wide. Ramaka didn't see it coming. Good play by the Wildcats to get past the penalty. Puck's brought into the zone here by Reek. Reek fires it on Pets. Pets there, picks up the loose puck for a stoppage in play. Connor Reek, fresh off the bench, with a lot of speed, came down, put a nice backhand on Pets, created a rebound. Left a loose puck, and Pets was finally able to jump on it with 5:03 remaining in the first period. Hayden Nelson steps into the face-off circle with Reek. Puck comes loose right in front. That was a great opportunity by Cox. Stepped in front with a loose puck, but he fanned on the shot. Pets was easily able to capture and stop that bouncing puck. Hayden Nelson steps into the face-off circle with Reek. Cox steps in again. Shot by Reek, deflected wide by Pets. Greathouse picks up the puck behind the net, leaves it for Colasar. Colasar stops, reverses course over to Greathouse. Hawks manage to clear the zone, but lose the puck in the neutral zone. Dietz works it over to the far side. This is Lorenzen, takes a big check from Sumstead. Here's Cox as he turns, fires it around. Over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen reverses course. Lorenzen gets run over again, this time by Will Sumstead. Looks like Will Sumstead will take a penalty at 4:20. This is a roughing penalty on Will Sumstead at 4:20 in the first period. This will give the Wildcats their first power play opportunity of the evening. They've been deadly on the season at 25% capitalization. Stifter steps into the face-off circle with Campbell. Campbell with the face-off win. Campbell gets the nice puck free, shoots it all the way down. Gets a good clear in the zone. The Wildcats clear the zone. Play over to Kelly. Kelly stops, he turns. Right out to Stifter. Stifter moves along the point, looking for the shot from the point, can't quite do so. Moves the puck over here. That's a great shot by Herman, tipped high up into the netting. Good defensive effort there by Johnson, tipped the puck high into the netting. Willing to commit his body to the block. 1:30 remaining on the Sumstead penalty for the Hawks. Stifter steps into the face-off circle with Sam Swanson. Sam Swanson with a face-off win, back into the corner. Good pressure there. Stifter ends up with the puck, moves it out to the point. This is Stifter, works his way through Kelly. Kelly picks it up on the far side, works his way out to Stifter. Stifter moves across the middle. Cuts, tries to get a shot on Pets, leaves a rebound. He's right there. Pets with another save. 2 point-blank shots by Kelly. And the Hawks able to clear the zone. Wildcats going to have to go ahead and reset as they bring it back in. Here's Kelly, fires it off. Their blocker save, pushes it wide by Pets. Stifter works his way around the point. Stifter looks, fires towards the net, deflected wide by Giel. Pick up in the corner, shot toward the net. Pets there for a save. With 2:58 remaining in the first period, 38 seconds remaining in the penalty, this will give the Hawks a crucial opportunity to get a line change. That first set had been out there for almost a minute and a half. Reek steps into the face-off circle with Ramaka. Referee ejects them both. Campbell will step into the face-off circle now with Cox. Campbell's been great on the face-off circle. Comes away with Waconia, comes away with it this time as they work it along the point. Here's Knorr. Works his way over to Clemens. Clemens looks, moves it back over to Knorr. Knorr with the shot towards Pets with a nice kick save. Knorr works its way. Knorr. Fires it towards the net. Ramaka with a nice block, keeping the puck out at the perimeter. 9 seconds remaining in the Wildcats power play. Shot towards the point, wide. Here's Clemens, keeps the puck in the zone, chip back. Here's Reek. Reek fires, deflected into the corner by Ramaka. Wildcats pick up the puck. Here's Inkler. Inkler moves in, looking, leaves it, brings it back out to the point for the shot from the point. Tip. Finn Johnson there to pick up the play. Montague picks up the puck in the corner. Campbell chips it to Ramaka. Ramaka's free. It's a foot race with Ramaka. Over to Campbell or Connors. There's a great play by Ramaka to leave the back pass for Wyatt Connors. Wyatt Connors couldn't quite put it past Wozniak. Connors tries to hit Campbell. Good defensive effort there by Knorr. Cox brings up the puck. Good check there by Greathouse. Knocks Cox off the puck. Shot from the point, tipped wide. 1:25 remaining in the first period. Campbell, puck battle along the boards. Working with Stifter. Puck squirts loose. Here's Kelly, turns, fires, Petz with a nice save. 1:14 remaining in the first period. Waconia has put a lot of shots in the last couple minutes on Petz. Petz has been up to the challenge. Sam Swanson steps in the face-off circle for the Hawks with Stifter. Swanson with a face-off win. Hawks contain the puck, control it. Wildcats pick up the puck in the neutral zone, dump it deep. Stifter into the corner, over to Kelly. Play here by Gershesky, manages to clear the zone. Wildcats need to clear the zone, now they do. Swanson steps up, intercepted here by Mayo. Mayo can't get the shot off. Greathouse over to Kolasar. Kolasar picks up the puck. Over to Gershesky. Gershesky dumps it deep. 32 seconds remaining in the first period. Here's Lorenzen, turns, loses the puck in the corner. Tries to clear it, manages to do so. Picked up here by Kelly. Kelly turns. Doesn't have any support running through the zone. Good defensive play there by Giel. Waconia maintains control, tries to pass it out through the center, can't quite do so. Good play by Wildcats. Good job by the Hawks. Giel there to exit the zone with 2 seconds remaining. And that'll be the end of our first period. A lot of action in that first period. No score. Wildcats with 15 shots on net. The Hawks with 6. A lot of action back and forth. The Hawks with 2 power play opportunities. 1 on the penalty by number 14, Connor Rick. 2 minutes for hooking at 9:30 in the first period. The second penalty by number 10, Nicholas Gleason at 7:19 for hooking. And then Chaska picked up their first penalty on a Will Sumstead roughing call at 4:20 remaining in the first period. Neither power plays were out successful in that first period, but a lot of good and forth, back and forth activity. With that, we'll step to our first intermission, and we'll be back as soon as the ice is cleared. back, everybody, as we get ready for the second period. The story of the first period is that the score is tied 0-0. Wozniak's been solid in net for the Waconia Wildcats, facing 6 shots, turning all 6 away. Frank Petz has been outstanding for the Hawks, facing 15 shots, turning all 15 away. Both goalies have been very steady. The play has been back and forth. Good battles through the neutral zone. Good offensive pressure there by the Wildcats. Players are taking their final instructions before taking face-off. Let's get ready for second period action. Nicholas Gleason steps into the face-off circle with Jake Campbell for the Hawks. Campbell steps up, great face-off win, slashing right in front of the referee. Finally, a call at 16:54, 6 seconds into the penalty. This will be a 2-minute slashing penalty on number 15, Samson Engler. This will be the Hawks' third power play opportunity. So far, they're 0 for 2 on the night. Sam Swanson steps into the face-off circle, opposite of Vaconia. Vaconia gains control. Connors back to Ramaka. Ramaka over to Montague. Montague over to Campbell. Campbell with a shot from the point, just wide. Ramaka picks it up on the far side, back out to Montague. Montague steps up, fires towards the net, just wide. Chaska with good control here on this first power play. Looks like one of the Waconia players has lost a stick. Campbell out to Montague. Montague works it along the point. Looks like Nor's lost his stick. The Wildcats manage to exit the zone. Nor gets his stick back. 1:15 remaining in the power play opportunity by the Hawks. Ramaka picks it up over to Campbell. Campbell over to Montague. Montague works in, stops, sets up on the far boards, works his way over to Ramaka. Ramaka steps up and fires. Nice save by Wozniak there. Ramaka deep in the corner, works his way back out to the point, looking for Campbell across the middle. Montague steps up into the slot, fires. Good tip there into the corner by Gleason. Good offensive pressure here by the Hawks. Here's Greathouse, tried to work the Swanson tries to work the puck low. Montague manages to keep it in. 31 seconds remaining in the Chaska Hawks power play. Montague, another good stop. Keep it in the zone. Play over to Ramaka. Ramaka to Campbell. Campbell with a shot. Good deflection. Good defensive pressure there by Nord. Tips it all the way down to Petz. 16 seconds remaining in the Hawks power play. Waconia will manage to get 2 fresh bodies on the ice. They'll manage to get a full line change. Good stall play there. Hawks clear the zone, bouncing puck to Ramaka. Ramaka steps right through the middle. Ramaka takes a slash. Nice shot there, just wide. Wozniak. Good play there by Gutowski. Moved his way aggressively towards the front with a nice pass. Bardeacon to Gutowski. Gutowski keeps it in the zone. Ramaka behind the net. Picked up here by Reek. Reek turns. Good transition. The Wildcats are out of their zone. Lose control. Hawks pick up the puck deep in their zone. Work their way across the middle. Here's Gutowski. Gutowski turns. Cuts towards the slot and fires. Shot just high and wide. Good outlet pass up here. Here's Kelly. Kelly tries to race around Colasar. Can't quite do so. Good play by Colasar. Brings it in the corner. Swanson chips it high, up off the glass. Here's Will Sumstead. Comes down and races down, beats the icing. A good play. Gershevsky's hooked. No call. Stifter reverses course. Fires back to Cox. Cox works his way up for the long outlet pass. He's got Kelly. Kelly turns, fires. Pet's there for the nice save. Kolesar turns it around. Sumstead works his way loose. Or Bardeacon. Good forecheck pressure here by Sumstead. Forcing Stifter to turn. Outlet in the front. Hayden Nelson with the shot. Can't quite get the shot off. Bouncing puck in front. Still in the slot. Picked up eventually by Clemens as he turns. Deep in the zone. Good offensive pressure here by the Hawks. This third line's been creating some chances today. Hayden Nelson picks up the puck behind the net, chips it around. Nobody there. Kept in the zone by Engler. Engler wraps it around. Greathouse stops, turns, pinned along the boards. Puck out to the front. Engler with the shot in front. Pet's there with the save. Puck chipped down. Hawks can't quite clear the zone. Kolesar picks it up deep behind. Outlet pass over to Sumstead. Sumstead can't quite contain it. Puck's chipped loose. Not deep enough for the Wildcat, or not deep enough for the Hawks to get a line change. As it's dumped in, Kolesar turns, fires. Shot from the point. Nice save there. Ranweiler puts a puck on net. Pet's there for the save. 12:24 remaining in the second period. Good offensive pressure by the Hawks. Notoriously slow starters. They managed to hold the Wildcats off the scoreboard in the first period. Looks like they're starting to rev up in the second period. Campbell steps into the face-off circle for the Hawks. Face-off win by the Wildcats. Shot on net. Pet steers it aside. Good play by Wyatt Connors to sidestep the forecheck pressure of Cox. Puck's chipped in. Dumped though. This is Archambault behind the net. Centers it out. Nobody there. Pick it up. Puck comes all the way down. Ramaka. Good pressure. Connors steps up. Good play. Turnover there by Connors. Turns, fires towards the net. Can't get it on net. Ramaka toward the middle. Campbell tries to pick up the puck. Good play. Good stick work by Campbell to pick up the loose puck in the middle. Finn Johnson stepped up for a timely save. Keep the puck from going very deep. Montague chips it over to Ramaka. Ramaka tries to fire it all the way outside. Good defensive play there by Reek to knock the puck down to mid-ice. Montague behind the Chaska net. Wraps it around. Ramaka with a good play along the near boards. Sidesteps the defender. Reek couldn't get a handle on that one. Puck's chipped deep. Campbell goes into the corner. Nice play back out to Ramaka. Can't quite contain the pass. Johnson keeps the puck deep. Krzyzewski picks up the puck behind. Over to Ramaka. Ramaka steps, fires. Good save by Wozniak there. 10:58 remaining in the second period. Bucks are finally starting to turn on a little bit more offensive pressure here. Shots on goal. The Wildcats lead with 19 shots on goal compared to the Hawks 9. Face off by Swanson. Swanson over to Gutowski with a shot. Tipped into the corner. Wildcats clear the zone on a high flip pass. They got a 2-on-1 as they work their way. Petz turns it aside. Nice play by Mayo. Mayo had Stifter moving down the slot. Couldn't quite connect. Took the shot himself. Petz was there for a good save. Puck kept in the zone. Here's Clemens, fires it towards the net. Pet's there for another good save. Pet's has been remarkable this evening.
He's in the zone.
He's been doing fantastic. Good glove work, solid blocker effort. Sam Swanson steps into the face-off with Nicholas Gleason. Gleason comes up with it behind the net, dumps it up front. Puck's loose in front. Petz dives out, knocks it loose. Isaac Anderson along backboards. Waconia keeps it in, fires it towards the net. Krzyzewski there to create the turnover. Isaac Anderson can't quite get it. Good defensive play to hold up the stick though. Hawks having struggled keeping the zone. Puck does clear. This is going to force the Wildcats to reset. 9:58 remaining in the second period. Big hit. Herman stepped up with an elbow to the head. Here comes Bardikin. Alex Bardikin with the breakaway. Bardikin with the shot. Good defensive effort there. Bardikin didn't get quite full wood on it.
You got tackled from behind there.
And Wozniak stepped in for the nice save. Good individual effort there by Bardikin. Looks like he's coming up a little bit sore as he makes his way back to the bench. Great individual effort. Hayden Nelson steps into the face-off circle with Connor Reed. Looks like the officials are having a conversation about which players should remain on the ice. Hayden Nelson's ejected from the face-off circle. Gutowski steps in. Face-off win. Here's Cox. Tries to chip it down around. This is going to be a penalty on Greathouse, as Cox tried to split the defenders at 9:37 remaining in the first period. Justin Greathouse will take a 2-minute tripping call. This will be Waconia's second power play opportunity. So far, they're 0 for 1. Again, on the season, they're capitalizing at a 25% success rate. Great play by Campbell to knock him off the puck. Nice pass out to Ramaka. Ramaka steps up. Ramaka fires, and Wozniak with another great save. Great play by Campbell to identify Ramaka blazing down on the near side. Good saucer pass got Ramaka the open opportunity to go ahead and put a shot on Wozniak, who was there for a good save. 1:50 remaining in the Chaska penalty. Ramaka steps in face-off circle, wins it to Campbell. Campbell out to the point with Montague. Montague dumps it deep. Short-handed play. Players being held right in front of the referee. No call. Chaska Hawks dump it all the way down. I guess the referee didn't want to lift his arm to blow the whistle. Wildcats pull the puck back in as they try to enter the zone with speed. Here's Stifter. Stifter steps up, tries to cut to the middle. Backhand wide. As the Wildcats move along the perimeter. Puck moves out here to Mayo. Mayo looks. Mayo leaves it for Herman. Steps up. There's Herman in the slot, and he scores. Herman with a nice pass from Kelly. Scores with 8:35 remaining in the second period. On the power play, the Wildcats take a 1-0 lead. Herman was moving down the slot with a nice play, stepped in for the goal. Wildcats pick up the puck behind the net as they work it along the point. They dump it deep into the corner. There's Isaac Anderson. Chips it up to Swanson. The referee gets in the way. Wildcats come out with the puck. Ship free. Here's Grishevsky. Grishevsky up to Swanson. Jackson Gill holds the zone. Stifter. Puck works through. Grishevsky picks up the puck in neutral zone, dumps it deep. Doesn't quite get it deep enough as the Wildcats work their way through. Puck's chipped all the way down. This should be icing with 7:40 remaining in the second period. On the period, the Wildcats have 7 shots and the Hawks have 6. Ramaka steps into the face-off circle. Face-off win by the Wildcats. They maintain control. They look to exit the zone cleanly. Can't quite do so. Good play in front, just out of the reach of Ramaka. Montague can't quite keep the zone. Turns over to Johnson. Johnson turns back to Montague. Good forecheck pressure there by Cox. Keeps the puck in the zone. Here's Reek. Back to Cox. Cox working hard behind the net. Here's Archambault as he turns, fires it towards the slot. Good play there by Ramaka to take the puck. Puck's chipped down. Finley Johnson behind the net. Turns Archambault. Good forecheck pressure. Connors over to Campbell. Campbell's got Ramaka on the far side as Campbell jets towards the net. Play by Ramaka with a shot. Nice shot there. Good save by Wozniak. Wyatt Connors steps up, takes a big check. Puck's pushed back behind the net. Johnson. Good steal here by Kelly. Kelly tries to center the puck, can't quite do so. Good play by Johnson to hold him back. Puck's brought up front, loose puck in front. Pets with a save, and it's a goal. Loose puck in front. Isaiah Stifter there for the rebound. Puts the puck in. It's 6:16 remaining in the second period. Unfortunate for Pets. He's been playing outstanding all day. That rebound, a long whistle or a long delay by the referees before they blew the whistle. Hayden Nelson steps into the face-off circle with Nicholas Gleason. Wildcats come away with the puck. Wildcats now own a 2-0 lead. Great house with the puck in the corner. Picked up here by Enkler. Enkler dumps it out, clears the zone. Here's Herman in return. He turns back. Great house behind the net. Chips it up to Bardeacon. Alex Bardeacon works on the far boards. Colasar over to Greathouse. Nice reverse. Bardeacon clears the zone. He's got Will Sumstead moving along the far boards. Sumstead with a shot. Wozniak with a save. At 5:33 remaining. Will and Brendan Clemens are getting to know each other. Asked if they had a good holiday. Hawks really need to find a goal here by the end of the period. Campbell steps into the face-off circle with Reed. Good play by Campbell to force the turnover deep in their end, looking for somebody in the middle, can't quite get there. Fires it high off the glass. Montague keeps the puck in the zone. Dumps it back deep to Connors. Connors, good play behind the net. Connors managed to avoid checks. Good play by Giel to keep the puck in. Wyatt Connors on the far boards. Dumps it around. Giel steps up for the big hit. Archambault didn't know what hit him. Puck is turned, fired into the net. Connor Reek fired, shot off. Good tipped into the net by Montague, causing a stoppage of play with 5 minutes even remaining in the second period. Swanson steps into the face-off circle with Stifter. Colasar maintains control of the puck behind the net. Chips the puck out to Swanson. Swanson evades a check in the middle. Here's Stifter, turns. Looking for some help. Moves it back out to the point. There's a shot by Stifter. Isaiah Stifter off to Devin Stifter. Devin Stifter with a shot from the point. Nice save there by Pets. Sam Swanson steps in the face-off circle. Chips it back to Devin Stifter. Stifter moves along behind the goal line. Good play by Colasar to chip the puck loose. Stifter maintains control, back out to the point. Shot from the point, good play there by Swanson, pick it up in the middle. Gutowski, Scott Gershewski with the puck. Oh, shot goes right in front. Gershevsky couldn't quite turn around in time. Here's a play by Kelly. Tries to evade the check of Kolasar. He's got a 2-on-1 with Greathouse. Fires high and wide. Swanson picks up the puck. He's got a 1-on-1. Good back check pressure by the Hawks, or by the Wildcats. Wildcats manage to spring loose. Here's Engler with a shot. Turned away by Petz. Gleason turns into the corner. Puck reversed. Jackson Gill picks up the puck behind the net. Back over to Greathouse. Puck stolen. Good play by Gill to take the puck away. Moves it over to Connors. Connors can't quite catch the pass. Here's Inkler, comes down again. Shot right in front, puck's loose. Shot, Petz with another good save. Rebound, shot off Petz again with a save. Hawks finally clear the zone. This is not going to be an icing. Doesn't give the Hawks an opportunity to get a line change. This is good offensive pressure here by the Waconia. Petz wisely jumps on the puck. This will give the Hawks the line change they're desperately looking for with 2:59 remaining in the second period. Good offensive stretch there by the Wildcats. Jake Campbell steps into the face-off circle with Connor Reek. Reek is ejected from the face-off circle. Cox will step into the face-off circle next. Shot, quick shot from the point. Very good play by Archambault. Get that puck loose. Campbell picks up the puck, tries to drive it deep. Stolen by Reek. Reek works his way back to Herman. Big hit by Montague, steps up. Montague chips it free up to Gershevsky. Wildcats manage to maintain control in the offensive zone. It's tipped up into the netting with 2:30 remaining in the second period. If the Hawks can just weather this latest storm, they come out in the third period where they usually do their best work in close games. Hawks win the faceoff, maintain control. Montague tries to clear it up. Ramaka there. Good pinch there by Knorr to keep the puck in. Knorr continues to work it around to the point. Back to Knorr. Ramaka picks up the puck to Gershevsky. Gershevsky keeps his feet, takes the puck. Puck's chipped down by Stifter. Stifter with a nifty move behind the net. Bardekin, good forecheck pressure. Here's Devin Stifter. Over to Knorr, dumps it all the way down. Here's Mayo, dumps it in. Picked up on the far side to Isaiah Stifter behind the net. Here's Jake Campbell, clears the zone, turns, fires. Waconia is still offsides. Kolasar exits the zone. The Wildcats have been solid through the neutral zone. Here's a chip pass over to Will Sumstead. Sumstead with a shot. Easy save for Wozniak. Shots have been fairly even here in the second period with 10 shots by the Wildcats, 9 shots by the Hawks. 1:14 remaining. Swanson steps into the face-off circle. Face-off jumped by Carson Herman. It'll be a restart. Gershevsky steps into the face-off circle with Vukanovich. Vukanovich comes away with the puck. Dumps it down. Tries to get around Montague. Picks up the puck, looks, reverses, back out to the point. Kept in by shots there on Pets. Puck's loose in front. Big pile up in front. Puck's moved down, passed up front. Herman works his way around. Giel picks up the puck, high stick. No call, right in front of the ref. Turned the head of Montague. Gutowski works his way down with speed. Needs some help. It's 1-on-4. Swanson steps in. Back out to Connors. Wyatt Connors with a nice shot. Wozniak tips it high and wide. Can't get it loose. Giel steps up. Big elbow to the head. Come on, ref! Call a penalty! You suck, ref! 9 seconds remaining in the period. Hey, ref, it's okay to use your whistle! God. 3 seconds remain in the period. Wildcats with a 2-0 lead. That'll end our second period. A lot of back and forth action there. Wildcats come away with 14 shots on net to the Hawks 9. Scoring by number 38, Carson Herman, at 8:35 remaining on a power play goal. The second goal by Isaiah Stifter at 6:15 on an even strength goal. 2 penalties in the period, one by number 15, Samson Inkler, at 16:54 into the period on a slashing call. And the second by Justin Greathouse at 9:37 for a tripping call. That'll wrap up our scoring for the second period. Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready to start the third period. That second period showed Waconia with 2 goals, taking the lead with a 2-0 lead as we move into the third. Goals by number 38, Carson Herman, on the assist from number 28, Devin Stifter, followed up by a goal at 6:15 remaining by Isaiah Stifter on an unassisted play in the middle. There were 1 penalty each in that period. And so far, Waconia has managed to capitalize on 1 of the 2 power play opportunities. Frank Petz has been very solid in the net for the Hawks, facing 29 shots, saving 27. On the opposite side, Merrick Wozniak faced 15 shots, stopping all 15. As we prepare for the third period, Nick Gleason steps into the face-off circle against Jake Campbell. Campbell with a face-off win. Waconia maintains control in neutral zone. They chip it deep. Here's Gleason working hard into the corner, managed to dig the puck out. Can't quite clear it. Montague there to pick the puck behind the net. Connors exits the zone. Good play by Ramaka. Has got Campbell on the far side. He shoots. Puck's loose, and great save by Wozniak there. Looks like there might be a rebound loose for a second. Campbell was right there on the doorstep to try to chip it free. Good opportunity there by the Hawks. Spring loose Ramaka and Campbell. Campbell will step into the face-off circle with Isaiah Stifter. Both are ejected from the face-off circle. Wyatt Connors will step in for the Hawks. Puck maintained, controlled by the Hawks as they move around. Montague dumps it deep. Behind the net. Puck's chipped out loose. Montague in a foot race. Here with Kelly. Good play by Ramaka over to Connors. Connors clears the zone through Campbell. Back into the zone. Dump deep. Campbell works his way in. Wildcats clear the zone. Puck's pushed back. Montague picks up the puck behind Kelly with another good forward check. Pressure right out front. Good play, couldn't get the shot off. Good play by Wyatt Connors to step into the shot of Clemens. Deflected into the corner. Stifter gets dumped in the corner. Campbell moves it across, can't quite get it loose. Clemens turns, gains control, looks for the open pass. Over to Herman. Herman moves down, around back of the net. One-time shot there by Cox, steered aside by Petz. Puck springs loose. Maka brings it in neutral zone, drives it deeper. Puck comes over to Cox. Cox loses control. Turnover. Great House picks up the puck. Over to Kolasar. Kolasar over to Grishevsky. Can't quite connect on the pass. Here's Lorenzen. Fires. Goal slug save there by Petz. Frank Petz has been outstanding. 14:55 remaining in the third period. Over the course of the season, the Hawks have done their best work in the third period with a goal differential of only -2. Swanson steps in the face-off circle, brought back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen fires it alongside the boards, back out to Lorenzen. Fires it towards the net. Petz there with a kick save. Great House tries to connect through the middle. Swanson chips it down. Hawks trying to apply some forecheck pressure. Wildcats turn, exit the zone. Reed turns in, looking for some help, turns, fires. Good block there by Kolasar. Shot on Petz, Petz with a save. Little pushing after the play. Cox right in the middle of it for Waconia. Hayden Nelson steps into the face-off circle with Gleason. Shot, turn, fired, missed. Nelson picks up the puck in the corner, nice body. Nelson comes away with the puck, fires it across. Geel picks it up on the far side, chipped loose. Here's Engler. Engler can't quite do anything with it. Puck comes loose in the slot. Shot there by Gleason, tipped into the corner. Geel reverses course, over to Bardeacon. Back to Isaac Anderson, over to Nelson. Nelson steps through the middle of the ice. Puck's chipped deep, wrapped around. Picked up on the far side by Vukanovich. Isaac Anderson reverses course over to Finn Johnson. Finn Johnson right out front, a dangerous pass. Hawks manage to clear the zone. Will Sumstead battles through the middle. Managed to put a lot of pressure on Devin Stifter there. Stifter maintains control, dumps it deep. Finn Johnson with a big check on his brother Isaiah Stifter. Steps up, Campbell. This is going to be offsides by the Wildcats, have to reset. Johnson steps up. Devin Stifter tries to put the hit on Campbell, slows him down. Wildcats exit the zone, gain neutrality. Shot from the point, they're right there. Good play by Kelly. Shot, Pets with a nice save with 12:48 remaining in the third period. Pets continues to play strong. The Hawks are playing good defensive pressure, forcing everything wide. Campbell steps into the face-off circle with Reek. Campbell's ejected from the face-off circle. Wyatt Connor steps in. Puck's wrapped all the way around. Ramaka has a hard time controlling the puck on the far side, bounces. Wildcats drop it deep. Wyatt Connors turns, tries to fire it out, doesn't quite make it. Good play by Campbell to knock the puck loose. Chipped up high, up to Ramaka. Ramaka's got Campbell racing down the middle. Ramaka turns, fires. A boot save there by Herman. Herman's down. Struggling to get back on his feet after taking the shot from Ramaka in the leg. Wyatt Connors with a shot on net. Wozniak picks up the puck. That was a good play by Herman to block that shot by Ramaka, but according to Coach Ciro of the Hawks, Ramaka's got the hardest shot of the team, so it surely couldn't have felt good with 12:09 remaining in the third period. Puck's wrapped around. Puck exits zone. This should be icing. Campbell steps into the face-off circle with Reek. Reek comes away with a face-off win. Colasar, nice pinch. Steps up, keeps the puck in the zone. Bouncing puck, chips it free, creating a 2-on-1. Good back check pressure by Campbell. Inkler couldn't get the shot off. It's chipped into the corner. Gleason turns, fires, tipped up high into the net for a stoppage in play with 11:39 remaining in the third period. Good back and forth action here in this third period. Sam Swanson steps into the face-off circle with Isaiah Stifter. Stifter with the face-off win, back to the point, shots tipped. Pets with a nice save, a toe save, and then another face save. And he manages to to hop on that loose puck. It was a great effort by Pets to make the initial toe save on Chase Lorenzen's shot from the point. Stifter was there for a nice shot that Pets used his head to make the save. Swanson back out to Lorenzen. Lorenzen turns, works his way towards the net, fires. Pets with a turn away. Stifter into the corner. Stifter comes away with the puck, bout out to Lorenzen. Lorenzen moves it across the point over to Dietz. Dietz with a shot on net. Pets turns out aside. Looks like the referees have finally found their whistle here in the third period. This looks like it's going to be a 2-minute cross-checking penalty on number 14, Finley Johnson.
We've had no trouble finding him against Chaska.
With 11:13 remaining in that third period. The Wildcats have proven to be very successful on the power play so far this year. Good face-off win by Campbell, dumps it all the way down. Wozniak back, stops the puck, leaves it. Ramaka putting a little bit of pressure there on Knorr. Knorr finally gets the outlet pass up to Clemens. Clemens works in as he works the far side. Shot, saved there by Petz. Puck's loose in front. Puck's kicked out. Inkler stepped up for a nice shot from the point, put it on Petz. Petz with a nice save. There's another shot by Clemens, tipped out free. 1:20 remaining in the third period in the power play for the Wildcats. Wildcats enter the zone, try to work their way. Good defensive play by Kolesar. Tip the puck away and knock it all the way down. Wozniak there to pick up the puck. Wraps it over to Clemens. Clemens moves the puck over to Knorr. Knorr brings the puck into the zone as he dumps it down. Waconia looks to set up along the perimeter. Good play by Alex Bardekin there on the boards to slow down the play. Took 3 Wildcats to get the puck loose. Gleason steps up, fires it across. Inkler was there, couldn't quite get the shot. Petz with a save. A good keep by the Wildcats. Bardekin breaks up a good give and go. Wildcats look over to the fork. Here's Inkler with a shot. Nice save there by Petz. The whistle was clearly blown. And yet, no penalties, no slashing, no nothing. Wildcats are allowed to just go ahead and knock the puck into the net. .9:38 remaining in the third period, 26 seconds remaining in the Wildcat power play. Wildcats maintain control, they move it out to the point. Devin Stifter tries to work his way across. There's shot by Kelly, it's deflected deep. Constant stick pressure here. There's Petz for the save, great save there on Herman. Puck moves into the corner with Montague. Isaiah Stifter moves it out to Herman. Herman out to Devin Stifter. The Hawks have managed to kill the penalty. Puck's loose in the corner. Chipped up. Over to Wyatt Connors. Wyatt Connors over to Ramaka. Ramaka pushes towards the net. Chipped just wide. Isaiah Stifter moves the puck across the middle over to Mayo. Mayo with a shot. Petz with a glove save. Tips it high. Hawks having a hard time getting good transitions. Wyatt Connors picks up the play. Over to Will Sumstead. Sumstead dumps it deep on net. Wozniak there to steer it aside with 8:29 remaining in the third period. Puck pass through the middle. Good defensive play there by Bardekin. Been great effort by the second line here tonight. Kolesar tied up. Long far boards. Puck's wrapped around Greathouse. Picks up on the far side, on the near side. Wildcats come away with the puck as they try to center it. Pet's there to steer it aside. Here's Inkler. Takes a check from Kolesar. Kolesar pinches him off the puck. Greathouse there. Can't quite clear the zone. Can't connect on the pass. Over to Bardekin. Big hit there by Gleason to move the puck in front. Pet's there. Pet's being pushed out of the net. Good play by the Hawks to get control of the puck here in the defensive zone. Absolutely an unnecessary hit. Deep stepped up on a cheap shot. by number 13, Carter Dietz.
Finally called one.
7:23 remaining in the third period. The Hawks desperately need a goal here to try to get back into it. Coaches are yelling for a stoppage. They're asking for some clarity. We got a hurt player. Again, a completely unnecessary shot to the head. Referees call it a minor. Sam Swanson steps into the face-off circle. Face-off one. Dropped all the way back. Connor Campbell in retreat. Campbell over to Montague. Montague can't quite collect the puck. Wildcats try to dump it deep. The referee stops it. Ramaka moves across. Ramaka in a nice one-timer play. Can't quite get it off. Wozniak there for the save. As Connors didn't quite get 100% of the shot off. Campbell stops, turns. Looking for some movement through into the neutral zone. He's got Ramaka on the far side. Ramaka steps in as he turns. They try to establish position here in the offensive zone. Montague steps up, fires towards the net, tipped wide. Ramaka back to Campbell at the point. Campbell turns, back to Ramaka on the near side. Ramaka turns, fires, puck's deflected wide. Waconia comes up with the puck there, managed to clear the zone. They've got free. Here's Maxwell Kelly as he moves towards the middle. Tries to get fancy and go through the legs, can't quite do so. 42 seconds remaining on the Chaska power play.
What a putz.
Good play by Petz to make sure he forced him wide. Petz outlasted him, put the puck up and over the net. Here's Kelly again, tries to connect, can't quite do so. Bardekin picks up the puck on the near side. Chips the puck out to Gutowski. Gutowski turns, 18 seconds remaining in the Chaska power play. Kelly picks up the puck on a steal again, cuts towards the middle. This is going to result in a hooking play by Finn Johnson with 5:33 remaining.
That breakaway, that kid was a putz. Trying to take that. Take the scoring chance. Don't try to make a highlight goal.
Agree. This will be a 2-minute hooking call on Finley Johnson. Smart play as Kelly got the move on the inside to him. He didn't let Kelly get that good shot off. Isaiah Stifter steps into the face-off circle with Swanson. It'll be 4-on-4 for the next 6 seconds. There's a shot right there by number 22. Of course, no call. Hey, ref, when are you going to make the call? Push lead, ref. This will end up in the coincidental minors. For the Chaska Hawks, Bridger Colasar. And for the Waconia Wildcats, it'll be McCoy Archambault with 5:29 remaining. Wildcats pick up the puck at the point. They now will have a power play for the next minute 50. Here's Alex Bardekin working on the near side. Fires, nice save by Wozniak. Nice follow-up on the rebound as he's ridden into the boards by Herman. Waconia brings the puck all the way around. Chaska will be on the penalty kill here. Shot right on net. Petz with a save. 1:23 remaining in the Wildcats power play. 4:55 remaining in the third period. Isaiah Stifter steps in the face-off circle with Jake Campbell. Waconia comes away with control, back out to Devin Stifter. Devin Stifter looks at the point, looking to set up. Works it over to Kelly. Kelly fires. It's tipped high and wide. Herman behind the net. Picked up play by Isaiah. Kelly turns, fires, shoots it towards the front. Can't connect. Tyler Ramaka's got Campbell on the far side. Campbell streaks down. Campbell fires. Good save there by Wozniak on the blocker's side. Here's Herman, brings it down. Herman stops, looking to set up in the offensive zone. Chips it back out to the defenseman. He's on his backhand side, couldn't get the shot off. Herman picks up the puck again. Back out to Isaiah Stifter, back to Devin Stifter. Devin Stifter looks, moves through the middle. Fires off a shot, doesn't get any wood on the play. Manages to clear the zone. Campbell picks up the puck as he brings it in. Missed check by Mayo. Here's Kelly as he turns. Cuts towards the middle, he fires. Shots deflected right up into Hudson Montague. Montague's wisely exits the zone. 11 seconds remaining on the Wildcats power play. Puck's dumped deep. Good play by Montague to chip him wide. Shot comes out, Petz with a nice save. Puck's loose in front. Wildcats, Hawks manage to clear. Here comes Gutowski, manages to pick the puck up, and he fires just wide of the net. Hawks are getting their opportunities, but they have yet to be able to solve Wozniak. Here's Enkler, maintains puck along the control. 3:12 remaining in the third period. Puck battles along the far boards. Shot. Nice save by Petz. Isaac Anderson tries to get the puck free, can't quite clear the zone. Grishevsky there to pick up the puck. Dumps it towards the middle, no support. Waconia picks it up through the middle. Nice play by Swanson. Waconia clears the zone. Clemens looks. He's looking for some support, dumps it towards the net. Clemens picks the puck back up, tries to move to the point. Clemens continues to work his way along the far side. Puck's turned, fired. Clemens tries to pick it up in the middle, can't do it. Out to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with a shot right off Petz's face. Puck picked up along the way. Kelly brings it out, cuts towards the middle. Can't get the shot off as he works his way out to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with a shot, that's wide. Hawks desperately need a clear here, as the Wildcats have maintained a long time control here in the offensive zone. Shot, there's Petz. Petz with a nice save. 1:55 remaining in the third period. Waconia has owned the shot clock here in the third period, having 20 shots on net here compared to Chaska's 6. Petz has been outstanding again in the net, turning away 47 of 49 shots. Wozniak's been solid for the Wildcats, turning away all 21 shots. Wozniak already owns one shutout on the season, looking for a second.
Hope that jinxes it.
Let's hope it jinxes it. As the teams wrap up their timeout. .155 remaining in the third period. Chaska desperately needs to get on the board. Campbell steps in face-off circle. Waconia manages to maintain control. Shot out to the point by Herman. Steered away. Connors picks up the puck in the middle. Campbell works his way through. Campbell fires. It's tipped off wide, right in front. Wyatt Connors was there almost to get the shot off. Hawks Petz is pulled. Puck's loose in front. Puck's still loose and a quick whistle. Puck was loose in front. Wozniak was not on the puck when they had a quick, fast whistle. The Chaska Hawks have pulled their goalie. With 1:36 remaining, they'll have 6 attackers. Swanson will step in to take the face-off. Back to the point, Montague. Montague chips it down. Waconia manages to clear. This is going to go all the way down for icing. Coaches have added number 22, Jackson Gill, big body. Want him to work his way toward the net for a screen. Swanson steps into the face-off circle with Connor Reek. .130 remaining in the third period. Puck's gained, shots all the way down. Face-off win. Waconia jumped the gun, got the puck, chipped it all the way down, missed wide. It'll result in an icing play. 1:26 remaining in the third period. Chaska with the 6 attackers. Swanson will again step into the face-off circle. Puck's batted around Giel behind the net. Picked up there by Kelly. Kelly turns it around, can't get it out of the zone. Over to Montague. Montague turns. Montague dumps it deep. Swanson behind the net. Chips the puck back to Connors. Can't quite get it loose. Puck's chipped down, but Campbell will be there to pick up the puck. 1 minute remaining in the period. Puck's chipped all the way down. This will not be icing. Ramaka and Giel there to pick up the puck. Campbell fires towards the net. Wozniak, puck's loose. Puck's turned, fired. And that'll be a goal by Waconia with 42 seconds remaining. Waconia's McCullen Mayo picked up the puck in the neutral, in the slot area. Cleared the puck all the way down for a goal. That'll give the Wildcats a 3-0 lead with 42 seconds remaining. As we resume action, 36 seconds remaining in the game. Wildcats try to bring the puck into the zone. Hayden Nelson picks up the puck to the defensive end, clears it out. Here's Holman, picks up the puck behind the net. Over to Isaac Anderson. Anderson over to Thormesgaard, chips it down. 16 seconds remaining in the period. Wildcats with a 3-0 lead. Petz has been outstanding tonight, turning away 47 of the 50 shots. Shot from the point, Thormesgaard chips it loose. Puck's back for Lorenzen. Lorenzen picks up the puck, dumps it along the side. This will end it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. That'll be the end of the game. The Wildcats come away with their first Metro West Conference win at home against the Chaska Hawks. Shots on net, 50 total for the Wildcats, with Frank Petz saving 47 of the 50. 22 shots on net by the Hawks, with 22 saves and a shutout. That'll be Wozniak's second shutout of the game, or second shutout of the season. Waconia owned the offensive zone, as evidenced by the number of shots. Picking up a power play goal in the second period, picking an even strength goal in the second period, and an empty net goal here in the third period. With that, I want to thank my videographer, Keith Erickson, for all the hard work he does. And we'll sign off for now. We'll see you next time.